What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm outside again, and today I'm going to be going up a hill, so that should be nice. The weather was absolutely beautiful yesterday and I bailed. I did a video in the studio and I kind of thought I missed out, but today is actually really nice as well. Not quite as nice as yesterday, but certainly getting there. So yeah, there should be some good views at the top, and I may explore this old ancient quarry as well. So yeah, gonna head up the hill, talk about a few things, and this will be the next in a series of vlogs that I've been putting up. So thanks to all that left feedback about me asking about the quality of my videos. That has honestly been a lifesaver. All you guys saying that you're only really watching 1080p, some of you 720p. It's saved me so much time this week already exporting videos, especially now I'm kind of trying to get this 3 every week system going. So yeah, saved me a ton of time. So thank you all for answering about that. But it was really reassuring to hear that you guys are more interested in the content than the quality. So yeah, I've instantly stopped exporting in 4K, and my export time has gone down from about 2 hours to about 15 minutes. So you can imagine, over the space of a week, that is saving me a ton of time. And to be honest, it's just lifted a huge weight off me, because it just means I've got so much more time to do other things, such as work on my Instagram profile or think about new video ideas and that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you very much for that. It really does feel a lot better to be in this position now of just uploading in 1080p. But I am still filming in 4K at the moment and then exporting in 1080p. So this is this old sandstone quarry that I'm in here that used to be active apparently in around the 1800s. So the first thing that I want to show you guys is this tunnel, which apparently they used to bring like horse-drawn carriages and stuff up here. So super interesting little place to come to, because it's not too far from a house, and you may be familiar with the sort of backdrop that I'm in. It's very similar to where I was for my last vlog, and in fact I'm not actually that far away. This is actually a completely different day. Same clothes again as usual, same hat, but yeah, so it's very nearby to where I was, but this is actually a week later. I am actually filming this on the Thursday. So hopefully down here there's some kind of tunnel. You can see here that there's the kind of old exposed faces that have been mined for sandstone. Obviously these have been machined because they're so flat. And yeah, this is this tunnel, which kind of looks pretty creepy walking up to it. I don't think it's actually that long, but it's still cool nonetheless. So I'll flip the camera around for this bit. So that was pretty cool, and at the end of this is actually a pretty good view. So there's some rocks here that I can get up onto, and you can see the view behind me, hopefully. But that hill I'm about to head up, that actually overlooks the same kind of area as well, so we'll get much better views once we're up there. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to show you guys that tunnel, which I knew about. And it's really cool looking at these rocks. You can actually see all the old kind of chisel marks and stuff from where they were cutting out this rock. So yeah, there's a huge sandstone history around this area, and I just thought that was quite interesting to show you guys. I know it's completely random to be talking about the history of sandstone on a beat making channel. Yeah, I'm gonna head up to this other part of this quarry where there's a huge wall that's been like cut out, and I've just stumbled upon this seat in the side of a wall, so I guess I better try and sit in it. Okay, so I got a bit distracted there. I actually just bumped into someone with a very nice dog as well, so I was just talking to them. But I couldn't find this part. It actually kind of feels like I'm in a video game trying to find some part of a level. But I've managed to find it now eventually. It's not particularly interesting, but I thought I might as well show you guys anyway. It's this old wall, and they used to mine sandstone out of it, so it goes quite deep too at some points. And that's pretty crazy that on this sign it's saying it's about 240 million years old. Really, really cool. So yeah, it doesn't really feel like much looking at this wall, but this has been here for a long, long time. Okay, so that's the first part of the vlog done. I wanted to just show you that area, which I thought was quite cool. And now I'm going to head up back to the car park where I started and then shoot up the hill. One thing that I did want to mention actually before I get going up there is that I'm going to start selling photo prints. So when I'm out on these days out, I tend to take quite a lot of photos, and I've been into photography for a long time. And I thought promoting the beat packs through the vlogs is a bit of a weird angle, I think, to be like, oh yeah, nice day out. Anyway, buy some beat packs. Doesn't really make sense. So I thought, oh, that would be quite cool. I've taken some nice pictures while I'm out and about. So I'll announce when they're getting released. I've just sent off for some prints of one particular picture that I really liked. So I'm going to see what the quality of them is like. I've got the t-shirts as well, but it's just kind of cliche having like, oh, I've got a YouTube channel, buy some really cheesy t-shirts that I've created. I don't really like that angle too much, although I have got the t-shirts obviously. But yeah, I think these are a lot more wholesome products. So I'm going to be releasing those very soon, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so I've made it to a bit. This definitely isn't the right part that I was thinking about, because the other part you can kind of head all the way around, but it just seems to go off to like a sheer drop here. And there is a path below, so I'm going to go back, drop down and get on that path, because I think maybe it's the next corner that I need to get to. Interestingly, I don't know if you can see here, that's Liverpool, and that's the Liverpool Cathedral and Radio City. So I'm not actually too far from Liverpool. I can see right over today. It's a nice clear day. I will be going over to Liverpool at some point to do some of these videos, so stay tuned for those. So yeah, I was just up on that edge up there. So yeah, quite a decent drop if you get your footing wrong. So yeah, I'm just heading along this bit now, underneath that kind of area where it just was on this little path. And I'll try and find that actual place that I was looking for. I think what I've done is tried to go up too soon. Okay, so I've made it to this gully. Usually go down to the bottom there, come all the way up here, and then it actually leads right up here. Now, it looks a lot scarier than I remember this, so I'll do my best I can to film this, but I'm probably going to be doing a lot of this just off camera. I'll try and get some interesting shots, but as you can see, it's a bit of a scramble. I'm going to go around this bit because that's a bit ridiculous, but I'll get round here, up through there, and then you can get round and onto the top here, and that's where the good view is. And then after that, there's a bit further back, and that's the top. So yeah, up this gully, round the kind of side there, and onto that bit. Looks kind of precarious, but it's actually quite chilled once you get up there. So yeah, I'm going to start heading up this gully now. And these are kind of the bad bits, especially on a day like today, because of these prickly ass bushes that have just got me. And these parts are actually pretty slippy, so I do need to be a bit careful here. I think this is the one in particular, this little bit here. It's so climbed on that these are really smoothed out. There is some harder edges that I'm going to hit. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the bad bit, because if you kind of slip, it's a bit of a way down to there. Yeah, there is quite a drop there. So I'm staying way back from that bit. It's actually more chilled than it looks, but that is kind of a big drop. Off this bit, which is easy. And then here we go, we get this incredible view that opens out. I'm just going to stay back from this bit because it is a little bit breezy. And then it does open up. There we go. Made it. And that's the view. It's very similar to over there, and I can actually see where we were before if I go to 3 times. That little bit there. Focus on the right thing. That little edge there. That is where we were stood before looking at it. So I had to go down, along, underneath, up this gully, round and through. Really cool little hill to mess around on. And I think these posts here are for climbing. So people probably use these for anchors. They're pretty solid and knocked in there. There's another one back there as well. So yeah, I think people do climb these parts as well, which I think is terrifying. I've done climbing before, but sandstone is just so kind of loose. It's a scary surface to climb on. So that's that gully done. And this bit, you can easily just go around here and go to the top like that. Just a little footpath, but I always challenge myself to climb this bit. I don't know why, but it's just become a kind of thing I have to do now. Okay, confession time, I bottled it. I didn't feel confident today, so I just bottled it because I thought there's no point forcing myself to do something scary like that. So I'm just trying to scoot along here and find somewhere that's interesting to climb up and not as straightforward as I've had. Oh fucking hell. So there we go, made it to the top, stood on the very top. So anyway, onto this creative topic that I wanted to speak about today. It's probably going to come across as a bit of a cliche actually, but I actually realised this on my last trip out. I was thinking about being creative and how you get good at things and like learning things, kind of that whole sort of sphere of thinking. And I was looking at the trees and thinking, wow, like imagine if a tree gave up when it was an acorn basically, or like when it's a seed. And I just was kind of in awe of how a tree, especially those ones from last week's blog or vlog, can grow so big from such a tiny thing. And I kind of think it's just a really good metaphor. I know it's probably been said many times before, but it felt like I had that original thought at that time. So I was happy to just think, wow, yeah, that is an interesting comparison. It's very, very similar. So I think that's just something that I wanted to mention today, was in terms of progress and getting good at something really does take time, and you have to just hang in there. And just thinking about a tree, you know, there's going to be periods where it's tiny and thinks I'm never going to be that big. Not that the trees have conscious thought, but you're just going to have to go with me on this one. And I doubt a tree ever sort of thinks, oh, I'm never going to make it to there, I might as well just give up. Because I get the impression that that's kind of how a lot of people do end up feeling with things such as samplers and that kind of thing, that it seems like too much of an uphill struggle. So really, I just wanted to offer that as a bit of reassurance that something as big as a tree, as impressive as a tree, can grow from the smallest thing. And I think that's the same with people as well. You can start off not knowing anything about a topic and not being any good at it, and just persevere, and eventually you will become very, very good at it. And this is kind of a thing I've discussed with my friend before, is that I don't agree in progress going backwards, if that makes sense. I always think that even if you feel like you're going backwards, that's part of the process, so therefore you're still progressing. And I know that's maybe an overly optimistic way of looking at things, but I always think that as soon as you start something and you've got a goal, if you are moving towards that goal, you're progressing, even if sometimes it feels like you may not be moving towards that goal. Sometimes you do just have to have those days where things just don't work or you're not feeling it. It's still progression, because you've got to get through those to get to the next level. So how is that not progression? So I hope that makes sense, guys, that something like this, this conveniently placed tree, started life as something very small and grew into something that, granted, it does look dead right now, but it's probably just the time of year, but look at the size of it, and that's just a relatively small tree. So if you are struggling with progression and getting better at something, just remember that the best thing to do is just keep going. And I genuinely do believe in that. You really have just got to keep pushing yourself to get through those hard times and keep growing and keep progressing, and eventually you'll get to the top. And I think I've definitely learned that from SPVIDZ. I mean, just touching on the topic of YouTube a little bit, I've wanted to be a YouTuber. I know this sounds kind of cheesy, but I've wanted to be a YouTuber for a very long time, and I could never quite find the thing that I wanted to do. Basically, I could never find a topic that I wanted to, and now I kind of have found a topic. And honestly, the amount of times I've thought about just cancelling off and doing something else because it seems more appealing, it seems more fun, I've had to stop myself and realise what I've built with SPVIDZ. I'm nothing special, guys. I just started the channel and I just kept going, and I got better at it over time. It wasn't always easy, and it isn't always easy still now. Like, even now, putting out videos this week, I always feel slightly nervous about them going out. It's not a completely smooth experience, but I just kept going. And yeah, now I'm at a point where I'm almost at 20k subs, and that just absolutely blows my mind. I never ever thought that I could build something this big, and it's weird that I've learned what you have to do now, and it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of dedication. But if you do it, if you do stick to it, if you are strict with yourself and you are motivated, then you can reach the heights that you didn't think you could. I've over-exceeded my own expectations, basically. So yeah, I know I'm not one of those channels with like 1 million subscribers that gets millions of views every day, but there were times when my channel only got a couple of hundred views or tens of views a day. And you've just got to have that belief in yourself that if you follow the process, if you keep going, you can build and grow yourself to a point where maybe even yourself you didn't expect would happen. Definitely the case with SPVIDZ. I thought it was too niche to go this big. I still think it's very niche, and I'm amazed at how many people follow the channel. And this side of the channel is certainly a way of me sort of pushing the boundaries and seeing, you know, can I go to the next level? Can I expand my content and push even further? I think as well, motivation isn't always there. And like I mentioned, those days you just kind of have to dig in really deep sometimes and think about why you want to do it and what motivates you to do it. So yeah, I hope those words were useful, thinking about the tree analogy and growth and perseverance. I think those things are the key to being a success. I feel like I already have been a success to myself. I'm very proud of what I've achieved. So yeah, if there's something that you're thinking of doing, whether it is just a YouTube channel, what I will say is at first it will be very difficult, but like I say, you've just got to keep going and persevere, and eventually you'll get there. Basically, I just want to finish the video off here anyway and say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little adventure. It was actually a bit of an adventure in the end. I didn't expect it to be that exciting, should we say, compared to the last video that I did, which was pretty mellow. But yeah, hope you enjoyed watching, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I do these videos once a week for now. We'll see how things go, and then I do tutorials about beat making and lo-fi samplers. So if that's your jam, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, as I mentioned, I'll get word out about those prints that I'm doing as soon as I can. They've been dispatched. I got an email this morning, so I'm just going to see what they're like quality wise. Hopefully they're good enough, and then I can start framing them up and putting them on the website. So there's going to be about 3 or 4 available. That's something that I forgot to mention. They're going to be limited as well, so I'm only going to do 25 prints of each shot, and each one will be numbered and signed by me as well, maybe with a message on the back or something. So yeah, they're all going to be limited edition. When they're gone, they're gone. They're not going to be coming back again. So hopefully that's something you guys are interested in. I think it's quite a nice creative thing to have in the shop, and I'm really looking forward to getting them in there. So thanks again for watching. Thank you for all the support with this type of content, because obviously it's been a pretty big change of scene over the last couple of weeks, and it's been really fun. I'm enjoying it, and like I say, it is forcing me to get out of the house and see some cool things and do some cool things as well. So this is probably going to be quite a long vlog, but we'll end it right here in this random woods where I'm being followed by 2 people and a dog. Take it easy, guys. Keep making beats, keep being creative, keep going. That's the most important thing. Peace.